Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we have kind of an interesting one. Obadiah Brown Beach has a solo track out called Cellar, and he asked me on Instagram if I could do this. Asking for nothing, of course. We don't roll like that. Obi just wanted to have some eyes on the song, I think, which is totally chill. And frankly, I owe him for everything he's done over the years for me. Accepting the interview like 2 years ago, helping me with the solo on the Phenomenal Agents cover. Dude's been a bro the whole time. And I have no problem giving him a little bit of a boost. Hopefully a lot of you guys like this song. Obviously, I don't know what the song sounds like. I haven't heard it yet. I've been avoiding everything because I was always kind of figuring I might do a video on this because he's been teasing the release for a while. But that's what today is. So without further ado, let's go!
Are you back in that place?
Yo! Getting right into it, right away, huh?
Run from so fervently before.
Oh.
All your fears come alive, though you try to bury the key that once locked.
Yo, dude, are you kidding me?
Your whole inside has grown.
Woo.
Safe to say that you've been down here before.
God, that bite just digs its heels right in there. That's so good. Woo. Woo. God, dude. Dude, this is so fun. If this is Obi in his element, I'm so glad he started doing solo stuff. Sorry, the drums kind of caught me on that one. Also, beautiful vocal work, dude. Oh man, I love that. Just punches you so hard. Woo. Is that you with the rough vocals in there, dude? I don't think I've ever heard him do like screams. You hear that in there? That like, ah, he's got that fucking, that nastiness to it. That's not just distortion. Ooh. Love a tasteful double pedal. See, these like supporting chords in here are just, you feel it like twisting. Oh man. Dude. One more time.
Cut out from inside. The peace that
It's kind of reminding me of like a more
confides.
like atmospheric doom metal version of Tool. Does that make sense? That feels right to me.
Scream out, I have just begun to hear again. Breathe from the inside. I'm on my knees again. I have just begun to feel again. I have just begun.
Yeah. Yep. God, I think the thing that's getting me with like the way it feels so good, it's got to be his vocals. I've always known that Obi could sing, or at very least after the first time I heard him sing. But like the fucking performance of this one, like the diving off at the end of certain phrases, it just felt so right, you know, on top of the distortion on the rough vocals and everything. That blended in so well. Obviously it would, it's his own voice, that's how that works, but like, bruh, this is fucking sick. Okay, so usually I would just kind of yap about the song and my overall thoughts about it, but recently I started doing more music theory stuff, and I feel like I would be doing Obi a disservice if I didn't do kind of the same thing here, just to explain to you guys and show you guys what's happening here, why this sounds so cool. So Obi, first of all, fucking knocked it out of the park with this. I love how alive this song is. It is so dynamic. It holds itself the whole way through. It has such a long, like, verse segment. Like, the variety of the chord progression in here is, it's so long. Like, that's the kind of the core of this, is that he doesn't just do 4 chords and move on with the song. He varies multiple different patterns of chords, and he just kind of stretches the absolute worth out of this song to the fullest extent of the law, frankly. So we just start out with a D minor, and then we go down to a C, to a G minor, to an F, all the way down. I think you could go up as well, but I prefer going down to kind of what the song does too. The rhythm guitar kind of yanks you downward, and then it brings itself back up with a C. And it's like, okay, so now we have that first loop. And then it just comes right back, right? Okay, so now we have this, A minor this time. That's different. B flat, very different. F, again, I'm not sure if they go down here, probably. I don't think it goes up, and then it goes back to A. That's new, and that's where it kind of leaves you hanging on that tension. So now he's leaving you something, and you're just like, well, now there's just gotta be more, right? the temptation of this song, it's like a seductress. It's pulling you in, and you're just like, oh man, are you done yet? I don't think so. And it brings it back around. Again, like, you just kind of end here, it leaves some tension, starts back around, go back down to the A minor, now we're here, G minor, I think that would be, F, and then A. So now we're back to that tension in the song. We get one more round of this where it goes down to A minor to F, comes back up to B flat, then C, and drops once more down to A. He really likes to hang on that A here, and that's kind of what keeps you interested in the song and where the story is. It leaves you hanging on that cliff's edge, and you're just not entirely sure what's going to happen next. And that's just such a cool way, like starting it with the phrase ending on the C, just to kind of give you that initial like, oh, there's something happening here. This is just kind of a step down, right? But now we have to do the whole cycle, and then he locks you into that A. And this is just the emotional storytelling of this song. You get into it there, and you're not sure what's going to happen next, because there's so many avenues, there's so much potential for where you could go hanging on a note like that, where that tension like really lies. I really love that he did this. I'm sure to him, he's like, what are you talking about? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a seventh going on in here just to add a little bit more jazziness that would fit within the key. But like, here's the quality of the seventh here too, is like, now we have a little bit more on this C, a little bit more on this, but it also feels a little bit too bright with those in there, so you don't want to have them in all the time. It sounds darker on stuff like D minor without including that seventh. So there's a balance to hit there, and I'm sure he's done that throughout the song, especially when we get into like closer to the solo. Especially there's little moments where it feels like he's trying to brighten it up just a little bit with how he structures everything. But that's kind of what I'm getting out of this song. It's like it's supposed to be dark, and obviously the guitar is a much different beast than a piano, and that's all I can really offer as far as like how to structure these things. It's the only thing I can do that with. I cannot play guitar anywhere nearly as well as he can, so I'm not gonna try. But so far, this is what the song has been doing. It's been holding you on this energy of where are we going next? It's dangling you over the cliff's edge and you're not sure what's happening there. And if you add a little bit too much brightness with too many sevenths, it's not going to sound the same and the song is going to change its tune, literally. So you cannot be too careful when you're doing that sort of thing when you're writing a song. And I believe, obviously, Obi is well enough experienced to not do that sort of thing and know exactly where to put those. I just didn't pick up on any specific one. I did play the B flat seventh in here. That's the only one I could really think might be the lift, because this does work, but I feel like at one point, at very least, that would happen as well. And fast forwarding past the solo, because again, Obi knows the guitar better than I could not break down what he's doing in the solo. I do believe that there's probably a F sharp or F sharp minor somewhere that feels like that would be in there. I did listen to it a few times and I couldn't quite figure out exactly if that was the case or if it was something kind of like that E flat. Again, those are very similar to me in my ear, so like I'm still new here, don't shoot the messenger, but I'm pretty sure that could be the case. I find that very hard to be able to figure these two out when there's a bunch of other stuff going on. That aside, I love the part right after the chorus, like the haunting vocals in there, like the multiple layers of his voice in there, just really adding to that tension. Oh my God, I fucking love it. Anyway, so what he does here is he starts on G minor, brings us to E flat minor. That was one I did notice. It changed from the E flat, went to E flat minor. That's when that like real tension starts to really just grab and just yank. It's just fucking pulling it out. It's disgusting. It's visceral. I love that. Ooh, you know, you can feel that change there. Right in the song, it's just like, ooh, D. That's, you know, we're fighting it. We're fighting it. We get a C minor as well. That's also fighting it. So like we get, and it also settles back into the C, which I find kind of interesting. And then once we get out of that C, he goes back up again. These are a bunch of different variations he's throwing in here, because we start back on that G minor. He's bringing us back up to there. Great, fantastic. Down to D minor, but also steps back up to that E flat minor again and into that C minor. And we go to the D and then the D minor and then the A. One more time, we're here at that tension. So now we have this relationship of the D minor straight to the A after having something like an E flat minor in there. That's just, it's so gnarly, you know? It's got such a good bite to it. And that's kind of this entire song. It's Obi. It's unapologetically his sound. And that's something I know that I've talked with him about this before, how he always wanted to do a little bit more of this when he's getting commissioned for doing other work for games and such. There's that essence of yourself that you kind of start to lose as a musician, as a creator in general, when you're doing commissions of any sort, where you're like, man, I wish I could do my own thing. And for like drawn art, that's a lot easier to do in a lot of ways, because you can always draw for yourself, but making a whole song for yourself does take more time. And if you're constantly being bombarded by commission work or other scheduled contracted work, you cannot find the time to just make a whole song quite as easy as you can throw out a couple of sketches, post them on Instagram or whatever, and move on with your life. So that's kind of the weight I think he's been feeling. And this song is all of that. It's all of this. It's all the sound he wanted to do, I think. And this is definitely going to be one of many. I'm sure he's got more. But like, this was the coolest part to me. Having this song that already had such a dense melodic structure, and not to mention his vocal line, the top line of this was beautiful. He was constantly contrasting against the instrumental, and you could feel a lot of that. Like, there's this one spot in his vocals that really got to me. It's when he does this like vocal line of like, hide. It just fucking settles in, and like, I love that, because it's like, I think that it went up to like a C sharp diminished, which is weird. It might just be the crunch of the vocal line against the instrumentals, like I mentioned, where it's like that's just dissonance there, but it does fit, right? So like, and he just does that, and it leads right in to that A, and it like really leans into that. So like these are the things that are like, they're such small details, right? But only somebody who really understands music can really pull these things out and make them sound as fucking visceral and beautiful, hauntingly beautiful as Obi has here. This is one of the coolest like styles of metal I've heard, like in general, and I don't know what exact genre to call it. You know, like it's Obi's style, it's his sound, that's what I've been saying, but it's like, where would I place this if I were to put it into a specific box, into a category? What would I call that? And that's kind of what I mentioned when I was doing the reaction, and I was just like, this kind of sounds like Tool, but also not, because it sounds so strangely darker than most Tool stuff I've heard. So there's this window that I can't quite find. There might be a genre there somewhere. It's just this atmospheric sort of dark sound that I cannot place my finger on. I feel like calling it doom metal is probably very bold. I don't necessarily believe that it is, because that is a different sound entirely, but there's a quality of his instrumentalization of this one that makes me feel that way, where it has that depth to it, where I'm just like, damn, that really punches you in the gut. But it's also like the vocals are a lot more melodic than those tend to be. So it's just like, where do I place this? And the only close thing I could really think about was Tool, and like how Maynard vocalizes when he does stuff. It just has a similar quality. His timbre is actually really close too. Obi's just sound has that like nasally quality to it that feels very akin to Maynard's voice, and I just really like that. Not as much grit, obviously, but when he throws in the layered vocals, it gets closer. It definitely does, and it just sounds so good. So like, these are the qualities that make me love this, and there's so much I love about this song. And like I mentioned, this isn't something that he was just like, I'll pay under the table if you promote my music. Like, that's not how this works at all. I love that he's able to do his thing right now. You know, like, he's not working with the same team he once was, but he does still get some freelance work, and it's like, now he has the time to do this and give the world this sound that I wish he honestly was able to give us earlier, more often. He's just been busy, I'm sure, but it's just like, bro, you've been holding out. You got to put out more of this. People need to hear this. This is so good. The fact that this has like barely any listens on the YouTube upload I saw is criminal. I'm sure there's going to be more. And if you're watching this and you're not him, go listen to it again. And if you are him, hi Obi, go listen to your own song again. You did a fucking great job. Fantastic work, dude. Holy shit. But I have been yapping for a long time, and albeit a lot of this will be cut because I do be yapping in circles a lot and I need to edit around that. The point stands. This is brilliant. And I love this sound, and I want to see what Obi does next, because I'm sure it is going to be a banger no matter what. If this is the starting line, imagine what the finish line is gonna fucking look like, right? That's where I am on this one. This is awesome. But like I said, I'll digress there. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to something else, doesn't matter who it's by or what it's from. It can be from or by anyone, anything, doesn't matter. Just throw it at me in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. I know that this one is a little bit strange, and it's kind of taken the place of my Genshin video this week, but that is what happens when I have a friend who wants to put out a song and I'm here to support them. So deal with it, Genshin fans. But all joking aside, of course, if you want to follow me and support me and all that, you know how to do all that. All of Obi's links and everything to this song and all of that stuff will be in the description as well. So go give him some love and care and support and everything. He fucking deserves it. This is brilliant, like I've said a million times. But for everything else, like I already said, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!